Good morning. Welcome back to Crochet with Lulu. I'm Luann, your yarn host. I'm in Middle Tennessee, and I apologize that I do not have a tutorial worked up just yet today. Maybe later on tonight I will work one up. I can't promise. I've been busy. We have a citywide yard sale coming up next weekend. So I've been preparing for that, trying to get things together that I've already made. So I do have some things to show that I've already made and a work in progress that I'm working on for this. Once a year, the town sets up and they call it, it's just a gigantic yard sale. It's from one end of town to the other, which our town is not very big. So it's a hop, skip, and a jump. But years ago when this thing first started, it took you forever to get across town. So over the years, people have kind of lost interest. I don't really know why. I don't know if the businesses charged too much for them to set up and maybe they weren't making enough to set up. I really don't know why. Because I love it. I used to love to get out and go to the yard sales. Like one parking lot, like Walgreens, would even have people set up in their parking lot. Captain D's, all the business places would rent out little spots and people would set up. I know last year, down on the corner from our house, there was an ice cream. I think they were Amish or Mennonites. Oh, that was the best ice cream. I think I got peach. And they had an old-fashioned, some kind of gizmo that made the ice cream, kept it cold, and it was just so neat. I kept hearing it all morning, and I didn't know what in the world was making that noise. So we finally put two and two together and figured out it was that machine that was. It was so cool to see that and hear it. But I have been preparing for that, and I just wanted to show you some things that I've already made. I'm working on a messy bun hat, and I had the lavender and the black that I made to do the variegated, and I thought I love the colors. I love that lavender punch in there, that pop. So I'm working on that. I just have a few more rows on that. And then I put tags on the things I make. I price it, and then on the back I put my telephone number, and then I put wash and dry cold. As with most anything I make, I tell them wash and dry and cold. But that's a little baby beanie. So I bought these tags a few months ago to put on the beanies and things that I was making, and I thought, I can use these for the yard sale, and they're easily to take off. And then I love bags. Anybody that knows me locally knows I love bags. So I buy all these bags, but I just bought simple lunch bags from Walmart. And then I just wrote, "Thank you, Crochet by Lulu," and I put a little smiley face on some of the bags. And I have those ready to put their things in. And then this is a beanie that I made. This is the Line Brand Ferris Wheel Morning Java. This actually goes to a friend that will hopefully be here to set up with us that day. And but I love that Morning Java, and I need to order some more because that has been by far the most popular beanie is made out of the Morning Java. So I do need to order some more of that. I've got to put that in the box so I don't forget. I have just a small, if I can raise it up without making a big disturbance with the camera. I just have a hefty Tupper tote, I call it, that I'm putting these things in. And then I have a notebook so that we can keep up with, you know how it is, you get busy and you need to keep up with who sold what so that at the end of the day so I have all that in the tote. I've got a bank bag I'll put in there. I need to stay organized. And I wanted to show you my beautiful tablet that my sweet cousin Kelly sent me from Washington State. I love Mary Ingbright, and she loves Mary Ingbright. And she sent me this in a box of an envelope of things, and I love it. Thank you, Kelly. I love you, Kelly, and Dan, and Joan, and all my family from Washington State. Sophie's giving me smooches this morning. They're so precious. They've been outside. We were outside enjoying the fall breeze and the leaves falling, and so I was going to actually do a little recording out there, but my remote on my tripod thing is not working, so I'm thinking maybe a battery. That's the joys of having things that need batteries. You always have to replace them. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the sale, because every year I see people that I haven't seen. I know in an earlier yard sale at the beginning of the year, I'm sorry about the glare. I'm so sorry. I keep trying to angle it different, but it doesn't seem to be taking the glare out. I still haven't got my setup down in the basement yet, but I promise that's coming very soon. It'll be so nice to be able to take my things down there, and then I can do my recordings and my crochet down there. Right now I have totes in the alcove of my son's dining room and foyer, and bless him, he needs his space. He needs his space back. But hopefully I can get that set up. I mean, it's just a matter of taking it down there, but I've got to get some things picked up off the floor before I can take them down there, because she puts every little thing in her mouth. They're babies, you know, and that's what they do. They chew and lick. And so she brings me rocks and sticks and leaves and grass and things that she shouldn't bring me, but I'm thankful she brings them to me. But she puts every little thing in her mouth. We're working on getting an appointment to have her little eye taken care of. She's the vet didn't seem too concerned about it. It's the tear duct. So those of you that have already heard the story, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna say it again so that the new ones will understand. Her tear duct popped up about 2 months ago. So we took her to a local vet, and he said he couldn't do the surgery, but she would eventually need the surgery for us to keep her eyes moistened with eye drops. So we do that, and we took her to a vet that could do the surgery, and they didn't seem real concerned about it, but we're just not wanting her to be in any discomfort. So we're going to make plans to have that taken care of. They said usually what happens is it pops back out again. So I'm hoping that it'll go in and stay. I laughed and told my son, instead of being full-blooded Boston, I believe she's got Basset Hound in her. You know how their little eyes, we had a Basset Hound, and he was hilarious, Duke. I called him the Dukester. He was so funny. But anyways, that's what we're looking at with that. But she wanted to say hello. She must be doing her morning pedicure. She's chewing her toenails. They are absolutely precious, but they are little hoots. They want to be right in the know. How many of you have worked on the amigurumi? I have, of course, way back years ago, we probably had never heard of amigurumi. You know, I've not heard of that until just the last few years. But I ordered a kit from Amazon, so I'm wanting to do that. But that's going to be in a few weeks. I want to get this yard sale over with and get all my things moved to the basement for the videoing and crocheting, and then I can do some amigurumi. This is to keep me organized. I don't know how many times I get on the phone and I need to write down a number or information, and I'm grabbing to look for a napkin or I'm trying to go into my text message and send myself a text. So, thank you, Kelly. I love you, Kelly. The yard sale. I love having yard sales because you see people you haven't seen in forever. There was a lady that came to an earlier yard sale we had this year. I knew her husband. I've known him all my life. He used to come to my dad's church when my dad was a pastor, when I was a little bitty girl. But this lady is in a button club. I was so excited when she told me she was in a button club. I had no clue that we had one. Our town is so small, I had never heard of it. But then I don't get out and about very much, so I don't see people unless they comment on my YouTube channel or my Facebook page, Crochet with Lulu Facebook, or my personal page. I don't see people. I just don't. So I don't hear a lot about what's going on. Now, we do have a sweet, precious little girl, I know her mother, that does a spotlight for our town, and she keeps everybody informed of things. But I had no clue we had a button club. Had no clue. Didn't know there was such a thing. And I have been so excited because I have buttons. I was so excited to know that we have a button club. And when I get a vehicle and I can start getting out and going, oh, and I found the button I'd been looking for. I'm going to take it out right now. And I'm going to put it in my little crochet bag so that I can put it on my favorite beanie that I made. I love this button. Oh, well, I can't hold it. It doesn't have the little thing at the back. Is that not gorgeous? I love anything hippie, boho, funky colors, 15 different colors together. I'm that girl. As I told you in an earlier video the weekend about my socks. So I love that. It's got blue and green and yellow and looks like pink and maybe some red. My eyes. So I'm going to put that in my little teapot so I don't lose it. And then I can sew that on my beanie. But I was so excited. I love these buttons. There's some of the cutest buttons, and there's some old buttons. But they had this button club and they meet, so I'm hoping that eventually I can go and participate and partake. There was a hexagon-shaped button in one of these bags. I need to sort through them. I need to just sit down when I've got the patience, but I'll have to do it on a day that I'm in the basement on the tall table where little mouthers can't get buttons. But I've been getting ready for this yard sale and making beanies and Christmas ornaments, and I'm gonna work today and tonight on some child hats. I've only got the one baby beanie, so I need to make some children's beanies and have those ready. I need to get some thicker yarns, and I've got to look for that. Hopefully the next time I can go to Hobby Lobby or my son goes, I can get some of the bulky, thick yarn so that it doesn't take, sometimes it takes more rows for some of the beanies, and then they don't look as well because you've got so many rows in them. They almost looks like slouchy beanies, and they're not slouchy beanies, which I do have a slouchy beanie in there. But I need to get some thicker yarn for that. So hopefully I can get back to Hobby Lobby or get my son to pick me up some. But I just wanted to jump on real quick. I know I've rambled from this to that and back and kind of in a circle, but that's, you know me by now. I hope everybody has a wonderful, beautiful day. I've set my coffee down somewhere. I don't know what I've done with my coffee. I just noticed. I was going to say it was the caffeine, but I haven't had but just a few sips of my coffee because I don't know what I've done with it. I'm going to have to send out a cavalry to find my coffee. I don't know what I've done with it. It's probably sitting here on the floor because I probably done that when I was, who knows? Who knows? With me, anything can happen in a video. I hope everybody has a wonderful rest of the day. I will try to get on this before the week's up and do a tutorial. Drop me some comments, things you would like to see a tutorial on. I've been working some things up and kind of experimenting with some things and patterns and different things. I've made a couple of things and I've put them to the side in preparation for this yard sale. So I've got to get back into doing that. But let me know what some cute colors are for children's hats. And what age group would I stop putting the swirly things on the top? You know, on some kids' hats now, instead of putting pom-poms on them, they're putting the swirly things on the top. So let me know your ideas and your thoughts, colors, the swirly things. What age does that stop? I got the measurement from my cousin yesterday on her 2 little ones' heads so that I know about what size to make them, because I do have little mannequin head that my sweet cousin's wife and her children brought me a few weeks ago. So this will be wonderful. This will be wonderful to be able to put them down and take pictures and display. And you hear the Boston Terriers in the background. They've had a nap, and so now they've been awakened. They're wide awake. So I hope everybody has a good rest of the day. Pray they don't tie me up. I left and told my son the other night, I said, you're going to come in here someday and I'm going to be tied up. So, I mean, that could happen. Love you all. Have a good, safe weekend. Please like, subscribe, and share my channel. Join me at Crochet with Lulu on Facebook. And leave me comments in the comment section. Bye-bye.